Hello, hello, hello. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. Welcome to the podcast. You got myself, David. We've got Antoine here. And no, this is not Kenny. Kenny, unfortunately, again, has got an issue with the COVID. But now I can see Tottenham are playing today. Tottenham are playing Stoke. I'm not too sure, Kenny, you know. I'm not too sure. But listen, I'm not too disappointed because we've got my main man, Kofi, here. Kofi, who is... How do we describe Kofi? A true East London legend.
True.
You know, knows his football inside out. You know, I was actually thinking
East Londoner.
about if you're from around where we're from, which is East London, and Sundays, Mile End. If you know about that, you have to be of a certain vintage to know about Sundays at Mile End. I know it's probably still going on now, but it wasn't like it was back in the day. You used to have. You needed thick skin. To be around them times and to last. You know,
if you're a terrible baller. That's you, bro. You get a nickname straight away. And that's one thing I wanted to speak to Kofi about. You know, was the nicknames, because I know Kofi gave me my nickname over there, which I'm sure we're going to get to. But there's a lot of names. There was a lot of names. I know you was the man for names, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
So that just tell me your experiences of like Mile End football, what it meant to you, and you know. Because it was pure jokes, wasn't it?
Right. Mile End football goes way back. I'm not even sure these boys even remember. We was playing there before the AstroTurf, when it was just grass, green grass, way before the AstroTurf. AstroTurf came, boys were coming from Acton to be there for 12 o'clock to play football. That's how serious Mile End was. But, you know, these boys had good grinding.
Yeah,
I can't lie. We played Saturday football together. From Saturday football, Brampton Park, Sunday, Mile End, you know, it was more of a warm down for us, but for the other boys, you know, it was serious.
It was serious. Not anyone could just rock up there. You mean you had to be of a certain standard, because if you weren't, you'll be pulled for it. I mean,
I remember bringing friends in that people were regulars anyway. They were bringing their friend. If the friend wasn't good, they'd just send him off. Yeah, sub.
So, man, was lucky to get picked. Some people had to stay there.
He couldn't come again. He couldn't come the next week.
Boy, some people had to come every Sunday for 3-4 weeks before they got picked. Just to show you, yeah, you know what, let's give him a game. This guy's
so a man came with football kit, brand new.
Yeah, man, it was serious. Boys got their names. You know, there was one guy, every Sunday, Somalian youth, every Sunday, turned up in brown trousers to play football. No one knew his name.
They were jeans. He called him brown trousers.
He's right. I apologise.
His nickname was brown trousers.
He came in brown jeans. No one knew. Well, I'll tell you, one or two of the Somalians knew him, but not many. So every time you calling him for the ball, saying brown trousers. 20 years later,
he's still brown trousers.
When man see him on road, so they were dressing him as brown trousers. Yeah. That's Mile End fear.
And my name, I remember when I got the Del Piero shirt. Do you know what I mean? I was feeling fresh. Do you know what I mean? Got a Del Piero shirt, and for a couple of weeks I was known as Del Piero, Del P. I was known as Del P, wasn't I? I was known as Del P for a little while, but then I must have had a little mare. Do you know what I mean? It must have had a little ropey little session. And an old Cotty here comes out with the old Del Blanks, and I was known as Del Blanks for a little while, wasn't it?
Man's wearing their number 10, you know. First and foremost, everyone knows in football, the number 10 shirt means everything in football.
It's serious, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are, if you've got number 10 on your back.
There's a lot of pressure.
Even before someone seen you kick a ball, people thinking this guy must be decent. You can't put number 10 on your back for any reason.
You can't.
Like he said, 2 weeks, I don't know, it must have been the luck of the green something. My man did look like Del Piero, you know.
Don't come with that.
Week 3.
Don't come with that.
My man
Week 3.
I think he missed 2 or 3 penalties in one game, you know.
Come on, man.
That's how he got the name Del Blanks.
But it was good though, but I think it's still going on now. I think Dilbers must be still there, showing the young ones out.
No, I mean, to be honest,
Captain's still there.
No, since COVID, captain don't go. He don't really
okay.
don't. But Milan's still
Only
going strong.
COVID kept him
Marlon
away.
is still going strong.
Only COVID kept him away, but Milan's still going. These days, you need to be an athlete now because the boys are young, 21, straight out of Feltham, straight to Milan. You know what I mean?
To Milan.
So, and the ballers, I ain't even gonna lie. You know, man like Jody Jones goes over there some Sundays. Yeah, Jody Jones. If you know who Jody Jones is, local boy, plays for Coventry.
I then again, the young bloke with thingy sons, isn't it?
Yeah, so no, but there's some serious ballers over there. But I mean, I'm an old man now, you know.
Sons.
I got work on Monday. The boys are doing whatever they're doing. You know, so I have to give Mylan a little break for now. But Mylan, you know, if you think you're good, pass Mylan.
If you think you're good, yeah, go to Marlin, man. But listen, legendary times. I'm very, very privileged to have Kofi on, man. And I want to get a couple of more of the boys on, just to just to go through some stories and to get their opinions on football, because they're very opinionated. Not only are they very opinionated, but they are unique. A unique bunch of fellas.
Very good word.
Unique bunch of fellas. So this is Rafi. So say hi, Rafi, and bye, Rafi. Okay, so we're going to touch on 3 subjects today, as per usual. So the third subject I want to get your opinions on is the Premier League, and what I've told the boys is to let's pick our top 6s that we predict is going to finish the Premier League this season. So I don't know who wants to go first. Let's go with. Actually, let's let Kofi go first because he's the guest today. Yes. So let's see what Kofi's top 6 predictions are for this year.
Before we get to who I think is going to come first and who I think is going to come 6, I think the Premiership this season is more of an even playing field. You know, COVID, for some reason, there's been more away victories than there's been home victories, you know.
Yeah, it's more of an even kill.
From when West Ham was sitting 4th in the table, you know, it kind of tells you that the league is
that thing don't count for Liverpool. Sorry.
But you know,
in there, you know,
there's no real home advantage. Is there? There's no real home advantage.
There's no real home advantage.
Yeah.
No fans. People, a lot of people can play without fear. You know, when there's fans there, you know, you have 2 or 3 bad touches.
Booing, getting
You're
booed.
the target.
But the thing is, that one there, you would think Arsenal would be better, wouldn't you?
But man, we can. With Arsenal's, we can.
We'll come on to Arsenal.
Come on to that.
We'll come on to Arsenal.
I mean, Arsenal might take us 2 hours. I'm not sure if we've got 2 hours for Arsenal. But to be fair, 2 or 3 weeks ago, knowing the type of manager he is, because I'm a Chelsea fan, so knowing the type of manager he is, Jose Mourinho, he had Tottenham top of the table, very, very difficult to beat. Set them up. I'm thinking the way the league set up, anything's possible. Mm-hmm. But then 2 results just goes to show the real Tottenham. But for me, you know, carried on from last season, they've got an injury list that will cripple most teams in the league.
Who Tottenham have?
No. I'm past Tottenham. Liverpool, you know,
Liverpool.
They've got players, no Alcantara, no Van Dijk. They've been playing 18-year-old.
No Gomez.
Fabiano. I mean, Gomez I don't really rate, but no Gomez.
It's the unit, isn't it?
He's been injured. Jota's just turned up. Hit 9 in 15. He's out for 2-3 months. But they keep getting the results. And more importantly, it's winning results, not a draw. So for me, it's going to be difficult to pass Liverpool. If you finish above Liverpool, you've won the league. So for me, it's Liverpool first. As bad as they've been, Man City second. I know people can say, but you know, Man City's Man City.
True.
If Aguero shakes off his injuries, De Bruyne, you know, Christmas is coming. You get 3-4 games in 10 days, 3-4 wins, 12 points. Mm-hmm. People thinking it's back to normal, isn't it? Yeah. Man City. So for me, it's definitely Liverpool. Man City second. If Chelsea can withstand injuries, so right now there's no Ziyech. Pulisic has just come back, you know, but they've lost to Wolves.
Wolves a decent team.
No, Wolves are decent, but Wolves got beat yesterday. Wolves got beat by, you know, Wolves are...
They got beat by Burnley, didn't they?
You know what I mean? They'll turn over the top teams and then...
Yeah.
Burnley are funny team.
You know what I mean? They're not consistent. So
they remind me of Sam Allardyce's Bolton. Remember that team before JJ Koch? They just take man out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at them as like a white Cameroon team. You know what I mean? Yeah, big, strong, and hard to beat. You know what I mean? When you come World Cup, when them Cameroons turn up, sometimes you know they're not.
Sometimes
they haven't got the best talent, but you think
it was long playing.
Look at them, beat them 10 brothers. Look at the size of them, man. You know what I mean? You're thinking, wow, it's going to be a tough day today. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at teams like Bolton and sometimes. And then, so it's for me, Liverpool, Man City. I'm going to stick my neck on the line, not because I support Chelsea. I'm going to say Chelsea, Man United, and then it's a toss of a coin between Leicester and Tottenham.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to say Tottenham because of the type of manager there is. But even though I've put Tottenham 5th I'm going to say this, Jose, if he gets it right, if he gets the signing that he wants in January, they can go from 5th to 2nd.
What?
Easily, because of the
When you say to signing, what signing are you talking about? What kind of signing?
I think Gareth Bale hasn't worked out for him.
Yeah.
So he's going to need a number 10. But then to need a number 10, he's going to need to change his system of play. And I don't think he's quite prepared
to change that.
But Kane's like their number 10
He always
now,
plays
isn't
better number 10 though, doesn't he?
Kane's like their number 10 though, isn't it? Kane's sort of like plays
No, he
that
drops.
position.
He's doing like for me now.
And not just that,
scoring now.
if one of them get injured, Kane or Son gets injured for 4 or 5 weeks, look at last season, they both injured. Tottenham flopped, They're not the greatest team anyway, but they flopped, So for me, he's going to need backup. Gareth Bale, he scored tonight, To me, like, just flicked his head and the ball hit it.
A goal's a goal, though, isn't it?
Goal's
you know
a
what I mean?
goal.
Even though,
Can't
like,
really- no.
we don't talk
But
about
you know
that
what?
team.
To be fair, I can't even take nothing away from Gareth Bale. He's a baller. Compared to the footballers in the Premier League, his CV outweighs everyone.
Boy.
You understand what I'm saying?
He's overqualified. He's overqualified in the Premier
So,
League.
so Tottenham have got the best manager with the CV and the best player with the CV. But for me,
It's not about CVs, is it?
Still, exactly.
It's what you do on a Saturday.
So you've gone for Liverpool,
Liverpool first,
City,
second,
Chelsea,
third,
fourth. You've gone for Man United,
Yeah.
and then Tottenham, and then Leicester.
Yeah, I just want to say another thing as well. Man United, to be as bad as they are, or as bad as everybody thinks they're doing at the moment, they sit third in the league. They have a game in hand. If they win that game,
they're
2 points off.
I know the game in hand don't mean nothing because you've got to get the points on the board. But if they win that, then they're second in the league, and everyone's saying they're shit. To be fair for me, they're okay. They're not the Man United that I've grown up watching.
Yeah, of course.
I'm probably 7, 8 years older than these two boys here. So the football I've grown up watching, and the boys what they've been watching, and a lot of David viewers I've grown up watching. It's a different style of football. Sometimes we talk football, God bless his soul. For me, the greatest player I've seen playing football is Diego Maradona. But anyone 9 to 25 will tell you Lionel Messi.
Yeah, of course.
But that's another conversation.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's a conversation for another day. So
Now, we'll touch on that. Well, I want to touch on the top goal scorers, and I want to touch on the greatest of all time. But that's for another podcast. We've got our three subjects for today. So that's Kofi's top 6. So, and on come let's bring what you sound. What you sound?
I've gone for obviously my team, Liverpool, because as Kofi said, if you finish above Liverpool, you've won the league. Because the momentum we've got now, especially with the injuries, killing it. So I've gone for Liverpool, Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Leicester, Spurs, or Everton. I'm not even sure it's between them two.
I'm glad you mentioned Everton. Sorry to cut you in because I had them there. I was thinking if Ancelotti could get a couple of signings, because when they lost with Carlson, they lost 2-3 games. So someone that can give that competition.
Something else. Other than Bernardo, that little Brazilian. Something else.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they get level competition. I think they could do well as well. Sorry to cut you in there.
Yeah, no, of course, man.
So Liverpool, United, City, Chelsea, Leicester, and then Spurs or Everton. Okay, so me personally, Liverpool going to win the league, obviously. I reckon Liverpool going to win the league. As you know, I'm not a Liverpool supporter.
He was a Liverpool supporter, ex-Liverpool supporter.
I'm not a Liverpool supporter, but Liverpool going to win the league. I reckon they'll win it with and have 80+ points, Then I want to go for Man City. Now, I don't know why people are writing off Man City. Man City, their season hasn't even started yet. They've been playing way below par. But I think there's only a matter of time.
Defending well, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But in terms of attacking, they've
1-0 and the 2-0 and no goals going in.
But in terms of
their forward line, obviously because McGregor's injured, and I don't think Jesus can take being the main number one striker. I think he's used to playing on the bench, coming off.
See, Man
doing
City.
something.
People think, he's resting this one, he's resting that one. He gave an interview the other week. Pep Guardiola says he doesn't rest his players. He don't rest his players. This one's not playing.
I don't agree with that.
He said there's a reason why he's not playing. So when they say, why Mahrez not in. He said there's a reason. He's not being rested.
Yeah.
So he said, I want everyone to know people
But I bet it's resting
don't get rested.
Aguero though, because Aguero he's putting under like cotton wool, bro. You know?
I don't agree with all that resting bit. I don't agree with that resting
needs
business,
rest.
man. I reckon, obviously you've got your squad. You have to use your squad. But I think if you've got like this Easter, if you had like Saturday you had a Premier League game, and then today you've got a Carabao Cup semi-final or quarter-final. You've got to go for your best squads.
No, I agree with you. I mean, obviously, I've not played at a professional level, but I was playing for 90 minutes on a Thursday, 60 minutes on a Friday, 90 minutes on a Saturday, and 90 minutes on a Sunday. You know, so and these are professionals who have got masseurs on hand 24/7.
Yeah, and they're running every day.
For me, it's not a headache to play three times.
They're running from what time? Is it 9 to 1?
No, four games in 10 days. It shouldn't be a problem for them. It shouldn't. But, you know, then they keep saying, he's resting. He's played too many games. It's a lot of nonsense, you know.
Yeah, so that's why I think Man City, for me, are definitely going to finish second. 100 for me, they're going to finish second. And if anything, if Aguero is going to be struggling after this Christmas period, they're going to bring out the money. They're going to bring out the money and buy someone else. Do you know what I mean? So I think in terms of the funds, they've got the money to sort of like back Guardiola again and go again. So for me, they're going to be second. Third, I've got to go for Man United because as you said, Kofi, people are underestimating them. I don't know why Man United fans are so unhappy. I don't understand that.
They used to be in the top.
I just don't understand it.
It's a different level of football.
Yeah, but they're not Arsenal. They're not a million miles away. They're not a million miles away. Do you know what I mean? So it's a case of just them. I see them finishing third. I do
the
see.
The difference between them and Arsenal is Man United have good footballers. You know what I mean? They do actually. You know,
that was a low shot. Even
they
Arsenal
have good footballers.
Arsenal,
you know, let's get this. I mean, I let Blaze carry on, but I've grown up watching Patrick Vieira. You know, the Arsenal fans these days
we all grew up watching Tony Adams and that. You know what I'm saying?
Arsenal talk about. We'll get on to Arsenal anyway. We'll get on to Arsenal. Okay, so third is going to be for me Man United. Fourth is going to be Chelsea. Yeah, suppose I'm putting your Chelsea in there as fourth. For me, fifth is going to be Everton, and sixth is going to be Leicester.
Leicester.
That's mine.
Leicester.
Who?
Tottenham not in your top six.
I don't know.
And then,
Who?
All right, I know. It's difficult to say the word Tottenham.
No. Because Blaze is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's difficult.
Really
all right. Let's go.
I just think
say the word Tottenham.
We'll say Tottenham. We'll say Spurs. All right. We'll say the other team from North.
Hotspurs.
Sorry, let's start again. We'll say the real team.
Hotspurs.
We'll say the real team from North London.
Hotspurs.
Actually, it's a real team from North London. Arsenal not a real place in North London.
No, I just think
it's only a
Tottenham have got
station.
the manager who's been there, done it. If he gets the player, one or two players he wants in January, I think they're going to be difficult. The way he's set up in a minute, I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan. You know, he was our manager for years. I know how he operates. He's going to set up the team, depending on who he's playing. You say, right, today we're not losing. Today, I don't care if I don't win.
But what happened? That's the thing with Tottenham. We're talking about when they have to win. When Tottenham have to win, can they win? When they have to come out and play,
that's the thing.
Can they win? Let's look at Leicester now. So for me and you Tottenham fans, I know plenty of you think I'm hating. I'm not hating. I'm just being realistic. Yeah,
I think
Leicester was the prime example of what we was talking about a couple of weeks ago. Prime example.
He did mention it.
When teams
we were saying,
go on.
We were saying Spurs, like they can be title contenders the way they're playing. If you play dirty, you know, like sit back, box clever, wait for an opportunity to counter attack and win the game, or just get one goal and defend.
Yeah. But now, you know what? I think he's got a place to do that. I mean, he's got the two best, not the best strikers, but at the minute, his forward line is the best in Europe.
Yeah.
You can't keep up with Song and Mr. Kane. You know, Kane's got 10, 11 assists, 10, 12 goals, and vice versa. There's not two. So for me, if he says, right, and this is a team playing counter-attacking football. So if the manager's got a bit more, if he gets his kahunas up and says, you know what, let me unleash them a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. He needs a threader. He needs a threader in the midfield.
He doesn't start with, I'm going for the kill. It's right, let's go for the kill now. Now I need to go for the kill. So for me, the other team from North London, they don't set up to win.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think he's got he doesn't trust the players he's got. I mean, we've all watched the doc. I don't know. I won't say.
I watched.
You know what I mean? When
The
first thing he said to Serge, what's his name? The right back.
Uria.
He said, I don't trust you. So he said to him in the DVD,
You're going to give
he
Uria
said, you give away too many penalties.
He got a beat free kick.
You with me? So
a beat penalty.
He knows, and we all know if you watch football. It's a penalty waiting to happen. He proved it at the weekend. The guys marching the ball in front of the road.
To be fair, he's been a revelation. Him and Eric Dyer have been a revelation.
Because he knows. He's watched the DVD himself.
So can we get off this Tottenham?
true.
Can we get off the Tottenham? I haven't finished my top six. I haven't finished my top six.
No, sorry.
You did finish
We're
your top
rudely
six.
interrupting you. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
That's why I asked you the question. Tottenham not in your top
You
six.
said the word Tottenham, though. And it said Tottenham again.
Talk, man.
Tottenham again.
Sometimes you have to give credit where credit's due. I know
You'll
we've
give
only
credit
played
where
13 games of the season and it's a marathon and not a sprint. But for me, if they just get 1 or 2 plus, because Gareth Bale is not going to cut the cheese.
I need a Freda for midfield who's going to give the balls to the forwards. Because the guys that are playing, I have to admit, Lascelles is a nice little baller.
But you know what? There's going to come a time in the season when the manager's going to think, you know what? I need, like you two were saying, I need to go for the win straight from the off. And that's when you will see the real Tottenham. Because at Leicester, at the weekend, Leicester played them at their own game.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to do what you do. We're going to sit tight.
Yeah,
Again, let's go back. David said a couple of podcasts ago, he said, don't get too
They played them at their own game.
If the team, if another team sets up to play them how they play,
exactly.
we see them then.
They get their
And we
first goal.
saw
as well.
that.
Yeah,
That's right.
Leicester.
100%.
And that's the thing with Tottenham. The way they set up at the minute is if they score first, it's very difficult. It's not, for me, it's 99% sure they won't lose that game of football.
Yeah.
If you score first, then it's a much different game, opened up, then you see how good David, whatever his name is, Sanchez, then you see how really good he's at defending.
Okay, cool. So that's our top sixes. If you're going, we want to know what your top sixes are. So put them in the comments. Let us know. I'm sure they might be similar to. Yeah, I'm sure they might be similar to what we've said, but it's always interesting to see what you guys think as well. So put them in the description below. So let's move on to our next subject nicely, because none of us put Arsenal in our top sixes. So we'll move on to Arsenal and why they're in the predicament they're in, and what do we feel is the issue at Arsenal? Do you know what I mean? So
I'll go first.
We started off with Kofi first. We're going to start off with Antoine. What's the issue at Arsenal?
Issue at Arsenal is first. The board. These people they're not into football. They're into making money. They don't give a damn about the team. All they want is that money coming in. They know that Arsenal fans know when they were there. Was it again their season tickets? Season tickets was it 2,000 something?
Yeah, 2,000.
You know what I mean? A year.
Yeah.
And I heard this the other day, saying about if you're on the waiting list for the season ticket, 40 quid a month.
40 quid they're taking the prize.
40 quid a month if you're waiting on the list. If you're on the waiting list.
So for me to join not even to join the list, for me to keep my name on the list,
40 quid.
It's almost like
they are. Listen,
bro, they're evil. That's evil. Again, it starts from them. It starts from the board first. Board, players, personnel. They should be playing Ozil. I don't know why they're not playing him. Saying about what he's saying on Twitter or whatever. And Arteta I don't think he's ready for management for that kind of level. Maybe he should have gone back to Spain, play Alaves, manage them teams there first, the smaller teams first, and then make your way up. I think it's. But Arsenal put him in. I think the board put him in as a fall guy. Say like, we tried something. Look, getting the players in, but. We know it's not going to work, but we just want Arsenal fans to keep.
So do you think Arsenal should stick with Arteta?
Who are they going to get, D?
I've got
Who will take that job?
I've got an idea.
Who will take that job?
I've got an idea, but I'll wait till it's my turn. But I've got an idea.
I did make a couple of notes about Arsenal. The first thing I wrote is a joke setup. That's the first note I wrote is that it's a joke setup. Yeah, because. I'm going to touch upon what you said. They're owned by Americans.
Yeah.
So for them, football to them is throwing and catching. That's their version of football. So if they were running NFL, they probably has got an NFL. He has got an NFL.
Yeah, no,
team.
yes, he's got the van. He's got the van.
Yeah,
he's got a new stadium full of vans, put money in them.
But that's something he knows and grown up and understands. He's taken over a company, because he's a company, he's a business now, a company where he's looked at it, thought, you know what, this is a money-making operation, you know.
That's what it's about.
So you're right. The only thing he's worried about is profit. As long as they continue to make profit, he won't care if Arsenal are 12th, 17th, 18th, scrape the playoffs.
But I'll tell you what, let me interrupt you. I'll tell you what, if they go down, he'll cut out. But the money's not the same. But then to be fair, in the championship, it's not the same. But it's probably like half that.
No, but you got to remember, Arsenal,
he's gone.
I
think it might be a good thing for them if they want to get him out.
They've got 20 people ready to buy that club. There's a Nigerian billionaire right now wants to buy the club.
Usmanov wanted to buy it before. Yeah, no, but he's at Everton now. They're Everton now.
Yeah, but he will find his cousin or someone to buy it. You know what I mean? So even if Arsenal went down, it'd probably be better for the buyer, because you get it 100 million cheaper. Yeah, they'll come back up and then you do what he wants to.
That's what I'm saying. So Kroenke, the money there. That's what they might need.
That's what they might need.
Okay, Kroenke's gone out the black door. No one knows.
So let's talk about now, though. In terms of Arteta,
you know what?
What do you reckon?
I mean, even before Arteta, it's going to take time. They've had a guy who ruled the roost for 20 years, Wenger. You know, he wasn't just a manager. His idea for a new stadium. Are you with me? So they've gone with him. He dealt with all transfers. He had final say on everything. So you had the guy who ran the whole show for 20 years. Now, it's very true what they say in football. Sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. Because even though Arsenal weren't winning the league with Wenger, one thing guaranteed was a top 4 finish.
That wasn't guaranteed. That's why he's finished for his last season.
That's because man was harassing him. He's announced, when has Wenger announced halfway through the season that I'm leaving or I'm signing a new contract?
Listen, Arsenal could have got Klopp, flipping Guardiola, could have got pure people.
No, I agree with that. Well, no, they could have, but what I'm saying to you is, Arsenal, whenever they're dealing with Wenger, the business is always announced before the season kicks off. You tell you, I'm signing a new contract. You know, they don't go December and then the manager comes out and says, I'm leaving. Yeah. So for me, I'm working for Blaze. Blaze has told me he's leaving in December. I'm thinking, well, fucking, I'm not really going to take too hardly what Blaze says, because I know Blaze is gone in December. Oh, yes, Blaze, I'll do this, I'll do that. But really, excuse my language, I don't give a F about Blaze, because Blaze is gone in 4 or 5 months' time. Yeah. So I can't really put all my heart working for Blaze. So that was a problem in itself.
So does that work with the players as well? Because you've got
players are not good enough.
Because you've got players that are in the last 6 months.
The players are not good
like
enough.
Mustafi and players like that. Should they be playing then? Should they be playing knowing that they're in the last 6 months of their contract and they're going to be leaving?
No, but players.
Does that work for players as well, or does that just work for managers?
Well, no, that works. That should work more for players, because if I know I've got 6 months left on my contract and I'm not signing a new contract, now I'm going to give my best, because I want my potential new employees to think, right, let's get him, guy. This guy's amazing. You with me? So for me, for the player, when you're running down your contract, it's always in your interest to go and give your best, because then you call the shots.
You set yourself up for the next team.
You call the shots.
Then, depending on who your agent is, though, you could, no matter how you play, there could always be a team for you, because you've got a resume. Do you know what I mean? So a good agent would always be able to sell you to a team, no matter how you're playing, because they can blame how you're playing on a certain
But that's what I'm trying to say. But sometimes you can sell yourself. I don't need my agent to come and sell me. I've got.
That's your agent's job.
I think there's 2 ways about that.
That's your agent's job.
We've hit January. I know I'm an Arsenal player. My contract's up in June. I'm not getting a new contract at Arsenal. I'm going to give 150% and more, and I'm going to put my best every week. So sometimes the work's taken away from the agent, because you can clearly see, right, my man is on the back page every week. It's me.
So if your contract runs out in June, your agent's sorting you out a deal from January.
Even...
Do you know what I mean? From way before that, or the year before that. They're sorting you out before that. Their moves are getting planned. So how you play in that 6 months, he's not going to have a... Unless you absolutely smash it. And you get loads of different clubs interested.
I totally agree with you that if your contract's right now, you already know that you've got Inter Milan lined up, you've got Coventry lined up, whatever. But at the same, even though I've got them lined up, I'm thinking, you know what? Even though they're lined up, I really want to go to Real Madrid. I really want to go to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn it on every week, even though I know in the man calling out.
So that depends on the player and the agent.
Of course he does, but sometimes not every
It
player's
depends
got
on
an
the
agent.
individual.
You know? Not every player's got an
Sometimes you
agent.
get them players who I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, and then wait till the time.
No, that's
paid.
it. Them players there.
Like, why come you didn't do this for our team? You know what I'm
Them,
saying?
them players there. So, and that's another thing we can bring up another day on another topic. Is about, for me, how money has ruined football.
Yeah, true.
Because before I came here, I was just having a conversation with my pal. We was talking about the Leicester team, where you've got Katney and Danny Drinkwater.
Yeah.
You know, as an example, both of them, two solid midfielders, run the Premiership that season. Leicester won it. They've both ended up at Chelsea, and one's still going strong, and one's having driving issues and whatever.
That's individual character.
And it also comes down to hunger or money, because they was both. One was on 12 grand a week. Katney was on 12 grand a week. And Drinkwater was on about 25 grand a week. They've both gone to bigger clubs. They've both earning 100 grand a week plus. Now, they're the same two players that have run the Premiership 9 months earlier.
Yeah, but that's down. That is down to character.
No, it is, but it also comes down to money, because now the will to work hard is no longer there no more. I'm getting
That's down to
100 grand
character,
a
because
week.
man like Messi and Ronaldo, they've got all they're the highest paid.
Don't forget those two. Those two on that's another planet. You know what I mean? That's another
They're
planet.
on Venus
because
right now,
you
innit?
see,
It's
yesterday he done something only Pele's ever done. My man scored 644 goals for one club. One club. I can name you 50 strikers for one club that haven't got all those goals put together. So that's another issue altogether.
Yeah.
But get back to Arsenal.
Get back to Arsenal. Okay, yeah. And we will discuss these other things as well, you know. So yeah, but my thoughts on Arsenal are simple. I think to obviously the problems are higher than Arteta, but I'm going to concentrate on what's going on today. Do you know what I mean? And I think as of yesterday, you can tell he's lost the dressing room. And that's for me is the biggest concern. From the time you lose the dressing room and then players ain't playing for you, I think he's better off playing the kids. Because the kids have got something to prove, and the kids will give him on. Look at Balogun when he come on yesterday.
He's a good old boy.
You know what I mean? He come on and he was direct. You can tell it. He was fresh, wanted to play.
That's what I was trying to say a bit earlier.
Sometimes hunger. You need the hunger.
When you're hungry,
he needs to get the hungry players in. That's the only way he's going to turn it around. Because
just to touch upon what you said as well, is he's lost the dressing room. I'm not. When he's first turned up, there's big players at the club with a better CV than the manager.
Yeah,
so,
but he did get a tune out of him. He won the FA Cup and stuff.
About a cup game is, and 6 games, a bit of luck, you're done. You know, you've won the cup. It's fantastic. But
he done well.
The league and the cup is two different business. You know what I'm saying? For me, he's turned up at Arsenal. Straight away, you've got a World Cup winner, Ozil. You've got Champions League winner.
Yeah, Ozil was out before he came.
I mean, David Luiz. No, he played Ozil for 10 games. Ozil is even. I'm not even blaming Arteta for Ozil. It's political with Ozil.
It's political.
Yeah.
It's not even Arteta. For me, I think Arteta's
Chinese money,
he's
man.
been forced to say you can't play this guy. My man's rolling with the Turkish president. The owner of the club is Jewish. He's you with me? So the Ozil situation for me is more political than Arteta would love to. How can you not play your best player and you're losing every week?
You know, best attacking midfielder.
Yeah, but
main game is assists.
You can't create goals. You've got a guy there who you know will create you goals.
He's definitely worthy of being in the squad.
If you put him in a team and you say, you know what, you don't run back. Yeah, when we attack, all you got to do is find the gaps, find the players. Come on, we all watched Ozil.
Yeah, on his day.
All the listeners have watched Ozil.
He's one of the best in the world, man.
You know, of course.
He's one of the only midfielders
But in saying that, you've got to give Emil Smith Rowe a go. Give Balogun a go. He needs to go with the young. He needs to get in order for him to try and turn this around. If he stays in charge, me personally, what I would do, I think he's gone too far.
They won't sack him.
I mean, because they have to back their man. They have to back their. Yeah, but I would personally go for Roberto Martinez. Get him out of Belgium.
He's going to have to leave.
It's easy, Belgium,
best,
but it's easier.
Best team in the world.
But it's easier to get an international manager than a thingy manager.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
You can probably get him. Yeah, you can probably get him and try to steady the ship that way.
Arsenal need.
And then obviously the problems are higher than Arteta. Obviously we know that. But the way they're going now, they're going to get relegated. The way they're going now, they're going to get relegated.
I don't think they'll get relegated because there's worse teams than that. You know, Sheffield United.
But it's going to be close.
Fulham.
It's going to be.
Well, they could be the three.
No. Personally, it's going to be a struggle for
They
them.
could be
but
the
I can't see them getting relegated.
We're talking about relegation. We're talking about relegation. Though. It's mad. It's mad.
Never too big to go down, you know.
For me, I'll just end on that. I just think like
even before we finish on this Arsenal subject, I know I'm going to talk to your viewers out here, you know, because you've got probably a lot of your viewers are probably Arsenal fans, I'm guessing, you know. So I want to speak to them about the football you're watching and growing up with, comparing the football that us three I would say us three grew up watching. You know, I grew up. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I'm a football fan. You know. And they did play some of the best football in the league. You know,
that's what I don't like about Arsenal.
Even when they didn't win the league,
I don't like reminiscing. I don't like that.
I'm not reminiscing.
I'm just trying to.
It's not so much reminiscing because I'm not a fan, so I'm not reminiscing.
Now,
I'm just trying to say that
back in time,
this is what it used to be.
Yeah, but before that, it used to be worse.
No,
it used to be back through Bruce Riot days and that. You know what I mean? It was worse. Before that, it was bad. We only had like a little 10-year period where it was decent.
But you know, I mean, Thierry Henry said it the best. Patrick Evra said it the best. He was round Henry's house. The Arsenal game came on. He saw Granit Xhaka was the captain. He turned off the TV. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. And he's a former Arsenal captain.
Exactly. And Granit Xhaka's been there for the majority of the managers, which is why Arteta's got to take some blame because he's got to take a lot of the blame because he's the one who's picking these players that are constantly letting the regimes down for the last couple of years. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think if he's going to stay, he's going to need to freshen it up. Do you know what I mean? But if he's not going to freshen it up, Arsenal are going to be in trouble. And you know, I just think it's time to get a new manager in. If he's not willing to make them big decisions, you know what I mean, or you can't get the most out of the players, man. That's what I reckon. But let's move on from Arsenal. Let us know what you think about Arsenal and their current predicament, and then let me know if you think that Arsenal are or if Arteta's the main man or the right man. If he can try and push him forward and get him out of this, I don't think he can. But you know, you never know. You never know. You never know.
I don't think they'll go down, but you know,
again,
they're not. They haven't got the worst players in. They ain't got 3 of the worst squads.
Listen,
I mean, in the Premier League,
it can happen to them. It could happen to them. But like I said, the two sides of a coin. I feel like if they go down, I said, I feel like they're ball to jump ship.
If
someone else will try and come in for them.
That would be a plus.
The only thing bad is obviously the fans, the banter between Tottenham and Arsenal.
Listen, I'll tell you now. If Arsenal went down, but then Kroenke sold the club, a lot of the fans won't be that disappointed. If Arsenal went down and Kroenke sold the club as a result, a lot of the fans, of course, we'll be pissed. We have to deal with the banter. Fine, but if you told me Arsenal went down and Kroenke would sell the club, I'll be like, you know what? I'll deal with the championship for 1 year.
I'm going to give Arsenal fans a bit of hope. Only team in the history of English football never to be relegated. So, you know, but
never say.
There's always a first time for everything. There's always a first time for everything.
That's what I'm saying. You just told them. That's the key. That's the key. They might be going down now because they've never been down there.
Yeah, so hopefully it just don't take as long as Leeds to get back up. Do you know what I mean? If that's the case. But listen, let us know your thoughts. Be interesting to know what you think. As always. All right, so let's move on to our next subject. Moving to something completely different because I've had enough of this football talk, especially with Arsenal in their current predicament. I'm not having it. I want to talk about the boxing, and I want to talk about business in boxing, and I also want to talk about what you're watching on right now, YouTube, because we've got Jake Paul fighting the best to ever do it. I don't know what your thoughts are on boxing, Kof. Do you know what I mean? But to fighting the best to ever do it, Floyd Mayweather exhibition match on February the 20th of 2020. And my whole thing is, you know, YouTube's a big thing now. Me personally, I don't watch normal TV. I watch things on YouTube all of the time. So for me, YouTube's the future. So with Jake Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather, and obviously Floyd Mayweather being the businessman he is, he ain't going to do nothing for no reason. He's fighting Jake Paul, you know, and a lot of people might be raising their eyebrows at this, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. You know, is YouTube, of course, Jake Paul's one of the biggest stars on YouTube. So is YouTube, does it need to gain respect? I mean, do you see YouTube being a big thing in terms of being able to attract these types of
course
events?
It is, man. It's big business, that is, man. Making like paupers into millionaires.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to start
any people into millionaires now. If you've got a product everyone wants, everyone's going to want to see it.
Is it Jake? Sorry, is it Jake Paul or Logan Paul is fighting?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Logan.
Yeah, because I thought so. Yeah, I just wanted. I mean, just like the football, you know, I've grown up watching boxing, but this is not really boxing. This is entertainment.
This entertainment.
There's a big difference. I want the viewing public to understand. This is a money-making exercise. Yeah, that's all it is. Logan Paul, maybe the viewers can tell me. I don't know what he's famous for. I know he's a YouTube blogger that I know.
Yeah.
But you know, Floyd Mayweather, I know he's an Olympic boxing champion. Sorry, yep, I know he's a 3, 4, 5 time. Was it 50?
50 and 0.
50 and 0 champion. Never lost a fight. So when I heard this was going on, the first thing that came to my mind is Floyd's probably spent too much money. You know,
but that's the thing I don't understand. Why would you think that just because he's doing this, he spent too much money or he's broke? No,
hold on. I never said he was broke because the money he's got is difficult to be broke. But
yeah, but why would you automatically think that? This is the mentality I don't understand.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you. For me, Floyd is a boxer. You know, this is entertaining. I mean, I watched his last fight, Logan Paul, with the other YouTube blogger. KSI done a job on him. Much love. But you know, this is entertaining. This is like WWE wrestling, isn't it? You already know who's going to win. I know, yeah. We all know, including the viewers, these two as well.
Even Logan Paul knows.
There's no way Logan Paul is going to beat Mayweather in this exhibition.
He's breezing it up, obviously.
So it's
the P, man.
You know, it's WWE gone boxing.
So why did you say, go back to what you said though, why would you say that?
Floyd, he doesn't
that money.
He doesn't need fans. He's not doing it with YouTube to attract fans because he doesn't, you know, Floyd is Floyd. Everyone knows Floyd. You know, he's got, I mean, I don't do Instagram, but I can imagine his Instagram followers is through the roof. Whoever follows him is through the roof. So he's not going to need an extra 2 million viewers from YouTube.
Even Logan Paul's fans have seen Mr. Man on YouTube. I'm sure he's got a YouTube account now.
Who? Floyd?
Floyd. I'm sure now. I'm sure.
He should do.
They're like, who's that? They're like the young people who don't really like no boxing and things like that.
So like I said, you know,
this guy?
for me, I was trying to make some notes on this. But
what I don't get is, I mean, I also want to get, because a lot of people do say, I've heard a lot that Floyd's only doing this because he's broke, and I don't understand.
No, he's not broke. He's not broke.
Of course he's not broke. Do Apple stop selling their new latest version of the iPad because they're a multi-billion-dollar company?
No.
I mean, Apple broke because they bring out a new iPad.
No, you know what it is? Because
you're not broke.
Sorry.
I mean, they just want to generate more money, and that's what Floyd's doing.
That's what it's about money, because 2-3 weeks prior, you had Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. having an exhibition fight. So for me, Floyd's looked at that and thinking, okay, you know, they made whatever they made. You know, Tyson wants to go again, so he knows he's retired from boxing. He's not going to get in the ring and risk his 50-0 record. You with me? He's not going to do that in a professional setting.
He's looking at a big purse,
he's staying active. He's still doing what he loves to do, and he's getting $100 million check.
I think he's doing it.
I think he's about 2, maybe 300 million.
I reckon he's doing it because he can. I watched a video actually that Logan Paul was on a Skype to Mayweather, and he was asking questions, Q&A thing, and Mayweather genuinely didn't know who he was. Do you know what I mean? He actually said on the thing, let's get him off there. Like, come on, let's move on to the next person. But then obviously the management must have spoke to him. Then must have looked at the numbers that this guy's did. Floyd said, you know what? Little 100 million. Why not? Do you understand? Who in their right man wants?
Floyd's all about numbers.
Who in their right man wants to say that? But that's why I don't get when people say he must be doing it because he's running out of money.
He's doing it for more money. What does a millionaire want?
More. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's if you can make
it was 2 million.
If you can make 100 million,
2 million.
If you can make
he wants more meals. He wants 4.
If you can make 100 million,
this is what I said to you. The first thing that comes to my mind is it's a money-making exercise.
100%.
My man's going to get in the ring. He ain't even going to train properly.
No.
If Floyd, hold on 1 second.
You know he had a boxing bout with some Japanese guy with blonde hair.
Yeah.
He made big cake from that as well. Was it 100 mil again? Just in Japan.
The Japanese guy was some huge superstar in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Now he's got a Japanese audience with him. He's a money making operation. Yeah,
Exactly. He's a businessman. Floyd Mayweather, you have to
Is
rate
Floyd- what's his middle name? What's his
Money
middle name?
Mayweather.
Floyd what?
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Floyd what?
Money Mayweather.
Money
Exactly.
Mayweather.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't listen. You
That's
can't knock a
what I'm
hustler.
saying.
You can't.
You can't
Listen,
knock
I'll
a
Got
rate
hustler.
YouTube.
Yeah.
This guy can't
Floyd
read,
is
but
Floyd
he's
has
got
to be
money.
He is in the top 3 people I'll rate in the whole world.
This is why
Floyd.
I adjust it
100%. The guy
as
is
entertainment
the guy is
and not
sick.
a boxing match. Because it's not. If it was a boxing match, you won't get licensed because Logan
of
Paul.
course, yeah.
So it's pure entertainment.
It's pure
You know,
entertainment.
But let's just try and play devil's advocate, okay? Say if they're fighting in the first round, they get in the clinch, Logan Paul comes out with a little dip on the shoulder, bang, left hook, catches Floyd's KO'd. What does that mean for boxing?
What does that mean for boxing?
Yeah.
You know what? I reckon he'll come out and say, "Come on, that was for the fans." Man.
You know what?
Even if it was a real lick, like got him.
Imagine you wake up.
My man's like, oh,
Imagine seeing that though. Imagine
But
seeing
you know them ones there when you
This is what I'm saying.
one
to
eye
you.
open
This is
and
what
that,
I'm saying to you. That
and he's
can't
smiling at the
happen.
camera.
No, we can't say it
I
can't
know,
happen.
no,
We can't say it can't happen because he's got a big height reach, he's got a
Yeah,
weight
yeah,
reach,
no,
he's got a weight advantage
what I
as
mean,
well.
When I say it can't happen is, I mean Logan Paul is under strict instruction. You don't touch this guy. Yeah? You just make it look good. It's like the Rocky
It's
films.
probably his contract, innit? You know, the last Rocky film, innit?
Do you think they, listen, come on. Floyd is
Contract
there.
taking it.
Listen.
Come on.
It's his show. It's his
He don't want to
promotion.
respect fistfully though. Towards some side man from a
think-
YouTuber.
No, but
Bro,
imagine
you know
if
what?
he
Can you imagine
won?
if he won, like, for real? Bro,
That would ruin
all my
boxing.
way
I think that would ruin boxing.
It's finished. It's like sponge.
That would ruin
It's
boxing.
gone.
It's almost like when Floyd fought that UFC fighter. What's his name? Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
You know, he had now that was more serious than
Yeah,
his
I
entertainment.
reckon
And
McGregor was looking to win.
He had to
100%.
show everyone that if McGregor beats me, that just puts boxing in a bad place. Like I'm the
Guy.
He's the
best.
number one.
I'm
Yeah,
the
of course.
GOAT.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
claim to be the GOAT. And the UFC boxer, a fighter, sorry, has come and took care of business. What does that say about all the other boxers that I've beaten? Even so, it's like this. It's entertainment.
Yes.
It's
That's what I'm trying to say. So you're
you know,
basically trying to say it ain't gonna happen, not because it can't happen, but because it's in the contract. It's gonna be fixed.
Can't touch Floyd, brother. Floyd ain't. He's like you still were saying. If he's trying to get YouTube viewers, if anything happens, he's lost whatever YouTube viewers he was trying to
Bruv,
attract.
you know when Thanos went did that? Bruv, that's his career gone. It's like all bits and pieces.
Can you imagine the trolling? And can you imagine the trolling though? Do you know what I mean? Because probably Jake Paul fans are probably like the biggest trollers ever. And you got the young ones, that meme will be everywhere. So I feel sorry for that guy that his brother fought, that Nate Robinson guy. Oh man.
Is this pay-per-view event? He's going to be, isn't he?
100%. 100%.
Pay-per-view.
100%.
Bro, get rid
They don't do
Of
pay-per-view.
course it's going to be pay-per-view.
They
That's
don't do that for
pay-per-view.
Derek
They're
Chisora,
laughing.
huh?
Nah, of course, this is money. Do you understand? What's his middle name?
Money Mayweather.
That's what I'm
All I'm
saying.
saying is they don't do pay-per-view for Chisora.
I need to check that if his mum
but
named him
Chisora ain't got the
that money.
numbers.
But
Chisora got the numbers.
he hasn't.
It's all about if you've got the numbers, if you know. Look,
that's what I'm saying. It's all about crunching numbers. So like I'm going to revert back to what when Andrew said these are the 3 topics. You know, first thing I read, Floyd must be spending too much. Needs to recover. Needs a new diamond.
But why would you say? But why would you say that, Paul? You need to stop saying that. Don't say he's not spending. He's not spending too much. Why ain't Logan spending too much?
I'm not. Please believe me. He can't.
he
He's
Floyd?
not. I'm not saying he's broke. I'm saying he's probably looked at his
But why
own
can't he
numbers.
make money? But why can't he make
No, of
money?
course he
Why
can
do you
make-
have to make money if you're broke?
No,
Why can't you make money if you already got money?
No. Listen, I think you saw not. I don't want to say
Yeah,
not.
I'll
You're not. You're not.
brother,
I don't think you saw under. No, listen. I said he needs to make money. I never said he's broke. Yeah, he's probably spent 200
Everyone needs
million
to make money.
on 2 watches.
Everyone
thinking,
needs
you know
to make
what?
money. Everyone needs to make money,
I've
right?
looked at the bank balance. That's
Does everyone
200.
need to make money?
We all need to make money.
Exactly.
But there's making money, and there's what Floyd does.
What's Floyd doing?
What Floyd does is what's his name?
Money.
There you go. You with me?
Money.
Everything about
Right,
Floyd.
so you're basically saying, because look, I rate Floyd. That's why when people say things like this, it sort of touches a nerve.
No, I love Floyd.
Because
Let's not get
because I
twisted.
feel like because he's much more smarter than what people think. So that's why if you think he's doing it because
I
he
finished
needs the
thinking
money,
because he can't read.
Because
he can't read the thing in my mouth.
He's
Smart.
He's smart, man. He's got
Because
his
I
money-
was
he's got
watching
his money in the
Floyd
right
when
place.
Floyd didn't have money. You know, when his dad was in prison and his uncle was bringing him up through the ranks. So I know what Floyd's where he's come from to where he's at now. Maybe it's just me trying to have a joke when I say he's trying to make more money. But you're right, he's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
And you probably couldn't have said anything better.
Cake. He made cake in that last fight.
What's stopping Apple from bringing out iPhone?
Exactly. The iPhone did that. I made 300 billion.
And it's
I'm
right.
going to stop now.
It's
What's
entertainment. It's entertainment. It's not a boxing match.
Is he a billionaire? He's not a billionaire, is he?
Do you know what I mean? So listen.
If he's not a billionaire, he'll be there soon. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
This one could make him the billionaire.
Like this.
To be honest, if his spending wasn't so lavish, he would have $1 billion easy.
Listen, you got to look at the business side of it. He's fighting Logan Paul not for any reason. Logan Paul's big in his own right. It's a new generation. A lot of them people, a lot of his fans probably ain't even heard of Mayweather.
That's
a lot of Logan Paul's fans.
They go on YouTube.
Might not even heard of Mayweather.
Who's Logan Paul fighting?
So it
Mayweather. Has he got a...
So that's why you have to rate him, because he's going
and then
worlds.
Money.
And he's staying relevant. You've got to stay relevant. You've got to stay relevant. You've got to have people still talking about you. Especially in this day and age. If people ain't talking about you, if you're an entertainer...
But I'm going to ask my question again that I asked at the start. You know, it's a shame he's not alive, because maybe the viewers could have got back to me. But what is Logan Paul famous for, apart from being a YouTube blogger?
Yeah, but exactly. But that's the new thing now. That's the new thing now.
What does he even do? I mean, here I'm showing my age. What does he even do on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not a Logan Paul. I'm not a Logan Paul expert. But let's go to like someone who's similar to him, like KSI. Okay. They're known for like doing reviews on stuff, being genuinely entertaining. You know, it's all about memes,
unboxing and all them ones.
The new generation now it's
computer
all about,
and that PC.
Yeah, it's a new world. It's a new world, digital world. It's a new internet world. That's all it is. I mean, which brings new ways of making money, new eyes, new attention.
This is all new to me. Podcast. Back in the day, we sit in someone's bedroom and this ain't new.
You know what I mean? But the only thing that's new about this is that we've got a camera.
That's my car.
Because these conversations happen anyway.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, it's a whole different format setup. You know what I mean? I'm old school. I have to keep reminding your viewers. You know. Forgive me, I'm a lot old. I don't want to go to my age, but I'm old school, you know. So I'm growing up, listening out for the door going off, just in case he's not alive. You with me? So this is what I'm used to. Now, this is how forward we've come. I can sit in the living room, have a little drink. You know, as you can see, we're not advertising for no one. No one ain't paying us. So once the money starts coming in, we'll start putting the labels on the cups. You with me? So it's a whole new setup for me. So I want the viewers to know, you know. I'm not hating on Logan Paul. I don't know Logan Paul. I'm trying to get some insight. I've got a little bit from these two. Hopefully the viewers can type in and give him some more information, and David can give it to me. I can do a bit of reading on it. But it should be a good fight, you know.
It should be, it should be entertaining. One thing about Floyd, like he done with McGregor, he will make it entertaining. He'll make it seem as though it's a fight.
Have you seen him on was it Come Dancing in America?
Strictly.
You've seen him?
No.
YouTubers, boy.
And he was training. He was training for a fight while he was doing it. I think the Maidana fight. I think
the footwork is a joke. Like the who's the pro? It's like honestly, you watch it, you don't think it's him. You just think, who's the pro? Him or the girl? Bad.
But that's why Mayweather. If you want to know about Mayweather, I'll suggest you watch. There's an interview with him on Drink Champs. Watch the interview with him on Drink Champs. It's a 3-hour interview though. But if you want to get into the mind of like a winner, business person, and just the way he overall is. When you get 5 minutes, even if you watch clips of it, do you know what I mean? Just watch little clips of that interview with Mayweather on Drink Champs, man. I mean, it's very, very interesting to get into his whole psyche, do you know what I mean, about how he thinks about things, and you know, and still he won't let anyone say anything bad about him, or he holds himself on the highest standards. Which if you want to be the best, you have to hold yourself at the highest standards. Do you know what I mean? If you look at anyone, like as we touched on, Messi, Ronaldo, all of the greats, they hold themselves to a higher standard, and Mayweather too, man. And you got to respect that. You got 100% respect that, man. So, you know, I won't have any bad talk about Mayweather.
No, Floyd doesn't. They don't call him the GOAT for no reason, you know what I mean? If you don't know what GOAT stands for, it's the greatest of all time, you know what I mean?
That's it.
You don't get that name for nothing.
That's it, man. But good. So, that's a good thing to wrap up on. So, listen, guys, thank you very much for getting involved. Anton, thank you again. Listen, Kofi, aka Pels, well done. Thanks for passing through.
Del Blanks, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Del Blanks, it could be Del Blanks.
Del Blanc.
Do you know what I mean?
Just to remind
rolling
you.
off the
Del
tongue.
Piero.
Rolling off the tongue. Do you know what I
This
mean?
is the one and only. I'm not even going to lie. Before we sign out, these two boys, sometimes I wanted to touch upon it, but maybe today's not the day to touch upon it. But sometimes you roll with people or you move with people who are good footballers but never made the grade. Yeah? Please believe me,
That's what I should call it. We could have made it.
there's a whole bunch of boys, these two included, that, I mean,
Guys,
some of you watch Gary Neville, some of you watch, what's his name, the Newcastle left back, Jamal Lewis, yeah, whoever it may be, yeah. The three of us here. I won't even say me because people say I'm gloating, but these two guys, well,
No, Kofi's a baller too,
it's a shame people didn't get to see them on the real stage because there's so many boys we know.
Yeah.
That
But then again, like I say, it's about like there's reasons why that happened, and people have to realise that as well. Just because you're good, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to make it. There's so many other attributes to it. Do you know what I mean? There's so many things that go into it.
Man.
You can't just be good.
Hard,
You can't just be, and that's what people need to realise. You can't just be a good baller. You have to want it. You have to want it. And I, for one, was the one who wanted it. I used to sleep with my football. Do you know what I mean? So like, I wanted it, but for me, I just want confident. That was my thing. I wasn't confident, but that's for another day, another story. So listen,
We could have made it. I'm telling you, we could have made it.
we could have made it, but we have made it in our own way. We've made it in our own way. Do you know what I mean? We've made it in our own way.
They work with the youths of today. So
I don't. Yeah, I'm not one for dwelling. I don't want to dwell on the past and what could have been, because to me that doesn't make no sense. All you got to do is
It's
look
all about the
all you
future.
gotta do is
But
look
we
forward.
could have made
man.
it. We could have made
You
it.
got to look forward. But listen, guys, thank you very much for tuning in.
It's been a pleasure.
Give us your comments and whatever below, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Subscribe.
Enjoy your Christmas.
Subscribe.
Merry Christmas.
Like and subscribe.
And a Happy New Year.
Like and subscribe.